Hey everybody, it's Dean Etheridge with 360 Business Reviews, and today I want to make a video on what you can do to improve your website rankings and what I see some other web developers doing to really hurt their clients, or maybe they're not intent. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me how people build websites and expect to get rankings. And if you're in a situation like this, I'm going to show you how you can spot check your current developer to see whether or not you have a good chance of ranking. And in this particular case, you'll see that, knowing what I know, they had virtually no chance to rank, and they spent at least a couple $1,000s for a website template that maybe took 2 to 3 hours max to build. And I'll show you what I mean by that in this video. So follow along with me. I think you'll get a lot of great tips on what you can do to improve your search engine rankings, how to improve the look of your website, and as you'll see, get more conversions and people calling you, wanting your services in your local market, and it will certainly help you rank better. So follow along with me. I think you'll get a lot of good info out of this video. The website that we're going to be taking a look at today is Park Place Cleaners, and this is their current website now. And as you'll see, they've got very little text on the front page. They have a header and 7 locations to serve you, and that's really all they had on their website. So, and I want to show you how little that the web developer did to help this client. And you just can't, you're not going to rank very well if you don't have any text on the site. Even the images weren't labeled well. This is the theme that they had. It's a beautiful theme. Really like it. I'd never heard of it before, but it's Bee Theme from WordPress, and this was the original theme. And as you can see, it's nice and attractive. It's for dry cleaners, and it had some nice movement in the graphics, some good placeholders where you could put images and text, an icon area where you could put some things that he does about the business. And this was the opt-in area that they even took that out. Didn't do anything with the address. It's not listed on there. I don't believe it was. Let's go back and take a look. But no, it's just there's not a whole lot here, and it's got the store hours down here at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some graphics to this, some custom graphics, some text, and some heading tags, which I'll show you in a moment. But you have a lot better chance of ranking by doing this, and you will as well. See, they don't even have the address. That's SEO 101, is you want to have the address down here in the bottom of your site in the footer widgets to where it's shown on every page. And I'm going to include a Google map on there as well. That's something that you want as well as links to your Google Plus page. And I know that may not make a lot of sense, but it's really SEO best practices to do so. So I went out and found a couple of themes that I like to get some design ideas from. Now again, I liked what they had. I just want to improve upon it to make it look a little bit more modern. And this slider's nice up here, but I wanted to put some more modern graphics in it. And I found this site out here, and I use Template Monster for a lot of the things that I do. And I really like these big graphics on here that tell what he does right away. So I wanted to go build something and create something kind of like this that looked a lot more modern than, not that the other theme was bad, I just really like this design idea. So I went out to PicMonkey and Canva to create some graphics, and Canva's completely free, and PicMonkey's completely free. They were big images, so you want to make sure that the images are optimized. But I went through and created graphics like this, and I'll show you what everything looks like in just a moment. And the slider up here at the top was so big that it dominated the page, and that's really all you could see. And sliders are okay, but you need to be careful that they don't, again, dominate the front of the page. And you want to have as much information for people to digest above the fold, if that makes sense. Like a newspaper, you have information that's above the fold. Same thing is true for your website. You want to give them something to read, a video, to keep them on site a little bit longer. And that's what I attempted to do with my design, and also to be able to put some text in here. And you can see throughout the page, they really didn't do a whole lot to, help this guy get ranked. They do have the locations there. Services, they have what? I don't know, 10 words, something like that, 15 words max. So very weak, no images on that page. Wedding gowns, that's okay. We're going to put a little video about wedding gowns on there. They've got a coupon section, and that's all they have there in the coupon section. About us is, again, very limited, has maybe 35, 40 words, but that's not really going to help you. And they did create this map here, but they didn't put it on the footer widget, so we're going to attempt to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some graphics. Now, when people think of templates, sometimes they think of it's as simple, it takes a couple of hours, and in this web developer's case, that's all it did. They didn't put any effort into creating a nice optimized site. And I'm going to put the Google Maps, I'm going to create a map and put it down here in the footer section, and your addresses need to be at the bottom of every single page for the websites that you're trying to rank. And I recommend trying to link out to Google Plus with a keyword, different keywords, not the same one every time. But you're basically telling, it's a signal to Google that, hey, this is what I want to rank for. So I'm going to get to work and create some graphics, and I'll come back in just a moment and show you what I've got. Now, this is going to take several hours, so please don't think this is simple. You have to get everything to line up and make it look nice. In this particular case, these graphics were very tough to build, and getting them to match up on the site was difficult at best. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back and show you what I've done that's really going to help him rank better. So I'll be back in just a little bit and show you what we've got accomplished. Okay, again, you remember what he had, this, and you can go out to web.archive.org if you ever want to see what a site used to look like. But this is what they had before, and this is what I've created now. I took that big header and I got up here, their trusted dry cleaning service, and I've got a keyword. This is a heading tag here, and I've made the slider a little bit smaller, but I've got some information here that somebody can consume and keep them on the page a little bit, as well as some nice looking graphics that you'll see here that says right up front, that should be changed there. I can go in and change that heading tag, and I'll do that, and that'll be a good example of what to do. That should be home goods cleaning services, but I've got dry cleaning services, prom and wedding dress preservation. I went ahead and put the I like these things, 1, 2, 3, choose from one of our 7 locations, we solve problems, enjoy your clothing or your home goods. I put in some icons down here and some more text and heading tags. You can see that I have the map here. I have the address for each of his locations with the phone numbers. That's important in Google's eyes, and for them to know which locations to rank by the city, by the neighborhood. It's very important for local SEO. I've also got it linked out to his Google Plus page for dry cleaning. Okay, it's linking out to his Google Plus. I put a link in there, and you can do that with a post editor and just make a section, put that in the widget section. But let's go out to this particular page because I did make a mistake on that heading tag. So I'm going to change, this was the one, it should be home goods. Probably want to do comforters, draperies, and home goods cleaning. Okay, and I want to put that in a heading 2 tag, and hopefully that will fit right. If not, let's update that. So we'll take out the draperies and that will fit fine. So let's go back out to that section. Okay, now in this section I've got these images, and these graphics were very hard to make. So you can put in alt text on your graphics, and this is where you can put a lot of text where nobody You can't see it on the page exactly, but Google can read it. And it's another good way to insert text into your page. And I want to say it'll see or read 50 words. I mean, it reads a lot with Google, but it's a way that you can put more text and more keywords into your page without stuffing them or making it read bad. So I do recommend that. But I went out and created some custom graphics for him on this, and I'm just going to save that. So now when I refresh it, okay, that fits fine on there. So it looks nice. We're gonna put a video up here in this section and maybe move this slider down. Sliders are okay, but I made that pop a little bit with a shadow, so it's a little bit more attractive and it's not so dominant, because people don't care that much about sliders. I'm not going to say they're dated, but they're not as effective as they used to be, in my opinion. And that's what you're seeing some of the other developers working on, is diminishing the sliders instead of and using more text or using more video to capture their viewers longer. Now I've got to go out and fix the rest of these pages, but as you can see, these are heading tags that I've used, H1 tags. I've got a lot of information on SEO out at deanetheridge.com or 360businessreviews.com that you'll find helpful. But this is SEO 101. You have to have text on your website. You need keywords on there, and breaking it up with images, different color, different icons, and nice looking graphics can help keep your viewer on your site a little bit longer. And again, that's one thing that Google does look for, is time on site, because if your site's boring and it doesn't have anything there, it's a signal to Google that, hey, this is not the site that we want to rank. So I hope this tutorial helped you today on putting more text. If your developer doesn't have any text on your page, you've got to find a way, in my opinion, and this is tried and true. This is something I've learned the hard way, that if it doesn't have text, it's not going to rank well, and I end up doing that. But you have to do it creatively. You have to put it on there to where it's not so boring. It's not just a bunch of text. People eat with their eyes, so to speak, so nice looking graphics are important, and using Canva and PicMonkey to make some nice looking graphics can really help. So again, I hope this helps. Feel free to use this and share it out to your network. If you found it to be of value, leave a comment in the video section, and feel free to subscribe to my channels, where I create lots of videos like this, and would love to see you out at the site 360businessreviews.com. So thanks everybody for watching, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.